Hi everyone, welcome to Conversations with Lise. I'm Lise, and today I have with me the fabulous, the inspirational, the awesome Gavan. Gavan, I'm going to throw over to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, or introduce yourself, please.
All right. Hello, my name is Gavan Smith. I am an artist. And I don't know, I never really like talking about myself. Not like, yeah, I don't know.
What are you doing at the moment? Where are you doing? So Gav and I know each other because we go to school together. What classes are you doing at school, and what year are you in, Gav?
Okay. I'm in my second year of the Bachelor of Fine Arts, and I am doing a painting, a sculpture, and a drawing class. And I'm majoring in painting, which I love very much. But I'm actually deciding I might change up and like try out jewelry. And then I might also major in sculpture because I'm finding a lot of avenues that I'm really enjoying. So yeah, exciting.
Exciting. And
Yeah.
So Gav, you and I did our whole first year like together, which was really great, which is where our friendship formed. And I've chosen Gav to be my first interviewee because he's one of the people at school, or at uni. My mum tells me often I call it school. She says I should call it university. I guess there's a lot of people at uni, and I was really drawn to Gav in our studio because he creates in a way that is very magnetic. Like when he creates, I want to go and watch what he's doing, and he creates from the very inner, and this is just my observations, but the very inner of his lived experience. And I feel that's similar to my process, and I think that's why I was drawn to you, Gav, and that's why I feel really comfortable with you. So how are you dealing with now doing art school online? Like, now, let's just be clear here for anyone that's watching. Nursing, accounting, all the university things that go online, there's some that would be easier, just saying nursing and accounting, massive degrees, like great, big respect, I can do it. But we normally have access to studios. So doing an art school degree at home is a bit of a different adjustment. So how are you going with all of that?
Surprisingly well, at least for the moment. I think I got really lucky because a lot of the stuff that I do is in my own personal space anyway. But uni was definitely a big resource for a lot of us because, yeah, as you were saying, like 3 out of 4 of my classes are studio based, right? Which is very similar for everyone else. So having that taken away from us is like a massive, what's the word? Like limitation. And so now we're trying to figure out how do we adjust to that. And so I've started working in my garage to do all my painting stuff, and that's come out surprisingly well. But I still haven't had like a moment where I've been fully involved in it because it's weird because I'm having to like mesh my art life with my personal life, and that's actually I've realized it's like quite a massive jump, having to like live live your work. Yeah.
Oh, I found that massively. It's quite confronting because I work quite big at the moment. I'm finding it really confronting to be not able to remove myself from my art. So like I have to create a safe space in my place, and I'm really thankful that my housemate has chosen to isolate in Queensland, so I have her room. So I have like a little safe area that isn't full of my art, because it's like looking in a mirror of my soul, and it's confronting sometimes. I'm not sure if that's what it's like for you, but
along the similar lines.
Yeah. And so what is there anything that's like helped, like what's working, or what are you inspired about at the moment?
Hmm. Yeah, it has helped a lot because it has allowed me to be able to fully involve myself in it.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was like, oh, I'm losing my words. What am I trying to say? It's like, um, before there were all these like things that we had to do, like, oh, got to commute to and from, got to attend classes, but now it's just there.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Yeah, I
tough one.
feel I've suddenly got an extra 12 hours a week to stare at my art now
Yeah.
because I'm not traveling anymore.
Yeah, how is that for you? Like, do you
Um,
prefer more time, or is it is
Look,
it
it's definitely got its pros and cons. For me, I was feeling really unsure of how I was going to express in such a, I guess, bigger way. For me, I do a lot more big work. So those that know me know that I'm quite like, for me to be little is challenging. So in that regard, it's great because I can paint in my lounge room and spread out more. Um, and I guess the not traveling part, I mean, it's definitely given me more time, but it also, I'm like isolated in New South Wales and all my school people are in Queensland, but we can't see each other anyway, so that doesn't really matter. I think the biggest challenge in my house is, I used to have set days where I did uni, whereas now it just feels like every day is uni. And
yeah,
yeah, it's all rolling. Even my subjects are rolling in and out. Like
yeah,
my painting is meshing with my sculpture, is messing with my expanded, and my,
yeah,
my brain is like, oh. So do you know what I miss? I miss two things. I miss the space that the travel allows me to have,
yeah, yeah,
and I miss the connecting. I miss walking into school and seeing faces and other people's art. They're the two big ones for me. What about you? What do you miss the most from not going into campus?
um, hmm. I surprise like it's for me. It would be as you were saying, like that the commute. I don't commute very long. It's like 30 minutes for me to get to uni, but that commute gives me time to adjust and like step into the art space of university. But like what I was trying to say before was that now that that's gone, now that every day is like a uni day, and it's like instant, it's right there. It's like really just yeah, it's all just smashed into one, and it's like doing my head in. But I really like it, and I'm just trying to grasp it all. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's important that we like implement like some structure or some boundaries, I guess, so that uni doesn't consume us? That's what I'm
Yeah.
kind of exploring at the moment, I guess. Like, what do I need to implement so that, I'm not sick of uni by the end of it and I'm not doing uni like 7 days a week?
Yeah, I feel like I'm on the same page because I feel like it's for me, it's like too good to be true because I've been like living in my garage for the past like 3 days just creating work. And it's like, where do I stop being an artist and where do I just go back to being a normal 20-year-old
Yeah.
person, you know? Um, I think, I think by the end of it, um, I think I'll come out like better as an artist than because it's like what's the word? It's like a challenge. It's a challenge, and so you either come out but like stronger or it defeats you. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big challenge for all of us.
I think situations like this, they give us chance to upgrade and we come out as different versions of ourselves, and that
Yeah,
can look different for everyone. But like as artists, we're like immersive experiences, and that word is overused sometimes, but like that's what it's like when you're in a garage for, however many days, or it is different. You're right. So right. In a minute, if you will you take us in and show us like something that you're working on?
I can, but I'm afraid the connection will drop out.
Oh,
So I
yeah, okay. Do you know
will
what? We'll do
try
that.
it.
If
But
we have another chat, you're going to take us in and home tour us your
okay.
studio where you're working.
I was thinking, depending on how long this quarantine goes for, we could have like a 3 month check-in to like see where we're at.
Yes, yes. Yes, great. And do you know, I think I would like to do some of these calls with more than one person too, and bring a few different people in, which would be quite cool. But this was just kind of the first one to check in. So what's something, I guess, what's your biggest concern or worry or fear around like what's happening at the moment?
Like the uncertainty of it, because as you said before, like we don't know if it will continue into trimester 2.
Yeah.
Because my mindset at the moment is that it will go on for the next few months, but it'll hopefully clear up by trimester 2. Mm-hmm. So I'm believing that trimester 2 will go ahead, but you don't really know.
Yeah.
And like to add on top of that, like it'll just throw everything out of balance, you know? And that sort of chaos is like not what I like.
No, I hear you. I'm kind of holding the same vision that trimester 2 will be face-to-face. Otherwise, I'm going to be deciding whether I defer or not. And I think a lot of people are going to be in that situation. So what advice do you give people out there that are struggling? Like if people are struggling with the isolation or with anything at all, like what can people do? And I'm asking you this question because one of the reasons why I chose you for my first interviewee, well, there were several, you know, you're awesome. But also because a lot of people from school know you as a bubbly, smiling force that's out there. And I think it will comfort people to see faces on screens, you know, yours and mine, that people know. So, yeah, any words of wisdom to put out into the world?
Yeah, I reckon like let's just be honest with ourselves, you know. Like I was watching a podcast the other day, and like an expert was saying that it's not something that'll be over quickly. Mm-hmm. And so like hearing that allowed me to put myself in that like mindset that it'll be like at least a 3-month like difficult time, you know. And so like it's, while there is that big what's the word, like confrontation, I think it also is good to have hope, like to stay hopeful, because it will eventually clear up, you know. Like it's not going to be like this forever. Mm-hmm. But for the moment we just have to figure out what else to do, and try to find the positive. Like I am having so much fun, like just finding new ways to do things, you know. And I'm just looking on the good side. Yeah,
sweet. Yeah, that's great advice. I think you're right. I think look, until there's an antidote, or until, and by the way, I'm going to get my words wrong a lot, but that's okay. I don't know if it's called an antidote. What's it called? A treatment. Until there's a vaccine or our hospitals can handle, you know, a lot more. I think the reality is we're here for a little while. So that's great advice. Kind of accept the reality and find the positives. And now when we got on before, we had a little chat before we pushed record, you were talking about you were really inspired by someone, an artist or something you were working on for painting. Do you want to share a little bit about what's happening there?
Not for the moment, because right after this I'm actually going to go into my studio and just like for the next week I'm just going to create. Like I've only just started.
Answer. That's okay. Yeah. And do you know what? I get, as an artist, sometimes we have to make, and sometimes talking about our making isn't the best support for our making. And there's times for talking and there's times for making. So I'm excited to see, maybe you'll share some pictures and stuff with the outside world and let us into your Gav cave to see what you're working on.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Anything else? What else do we want to talk about? Do you have any more questions for me? Anything else coming up that we haven't touched on yet for you?
What are you up to?
What am I up to? It's been really interesting. I feel almost consumed by uni. I'm trying to just stay, I guess, I'm feeling a little bit disconnected from one of my classes at the moment. And my sculpture class, and I'm trying to find my juice again. So I'm kind of just riding the ebb and flows, and I've been putting a lot of time into this project, because this project for me feels like something that's a love joy project. It doesn't feel like uni work. And so I guess one of my strategies that I wanted to do was give myself time to create something that wasn't because I had to for an assessment or because I was getting marked on it. And so that's this little endeavor. However, Lisa styled it massively and went and created a whole thing. And then as I got clearer and clearer, I realized, wow, I've created myself a whole heap of work here. And so I'm just getting really clear on, what's important. And I think for me, being isolated on my own, what's important for me is to have these connections with people. So I'm going to figure out the way that will move forward, and take this out of an art school context and into a conversations in all areas of my life. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm currently painting random things in my lounge room, and I'm hopefully going to do some surfboards soon, which is I'm hopefully if the trucks are still delivering, I've got some suppliers coming to get some surfboards and give them a little bit of love. So yeah, that's me. And I think I was realizing this morning the biggest thing I miss is touch. I can't touch anyone. And I went to my cafe yesterday, right, which is still doing takeaways, and the gorgeous waiter there, worker, Jake. By the way, Jake is an amazing musician, and he hangs out downstairs at work. I go in and he's having a shitty day, and Jake never has a shitty day. And I say, "What do you need, Jake?" And he goes, "I need a hug." And I go, "Oh." And it wasn't until then, Gratis Minds. Gratis Minds is the name of Jake's band. Look them out. Check them out. They're fucking awesome. Okay. And I realised, like, oh my God, I just want to give him a hug. And that was when reality hit me, that my housemate left. I don't get to touch anyone or hug anyone. Anyway, the next day I took him down some sage and some rose quartz, because that's my energetic version of a hug. And it was beautiful. He took it home, he burnt it, and then the next day he thanked me for it. And it was just the closest exchange to not being able to have a hug that, yeah. So that was challenging. Not even sure what the question was, but that was the story that needed to come out clearly.
No, it's right. It's along the same lines. I like the last class that I went to before uni properly shut down. We were practicing social distancing, and so I went into the class and I wasn't able to hug anyone, which is like the first immediate thing I do. And so I just felt really out of place, and I was like confused, like what's going on. And yeah, like now that. Yes. I miss hugging people.
Can we have like a computer energetic hug? I'm like, can I hug you?
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I can almost feel it. You definitely
I swear I could feel something.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for my energetic hug. Thank you for being my first guest on Conversations with Lisa. And for anyone watching, if you've got any questions, feel free to comment. This video, you'll be watching it on YouTube or Facebook. Any thoughts, feel free to share. Anyone you want to see, come and have a chat. Ooh, and that's my little alarm going, because Gavan, I could probably talk all day. So we thought we would keep them up. Anything else you want to say to our viewers before we sign off?
Not really, no. I don't know, nothing's coming to me, but yeah, just keep creating art, keep doing stuff, keep being yourself.
Inside.
Stay inside, yeah, stay inside, wash your hands.
Yeah. Yay. All right, darling. Thank you so much. I'm going to push stop recording now. Audience, stay safe, stay inside. Do what you love. If you can, find it and do it. If it's painting, if it's cooking, it doesn't matter what it is. Do what you love.
Yeah.
See you later.